Howdy. So, what are we going to talk about today? I don't even know anymore. No, I can always talk about something. Um, I actually had some health issues. I was mentioning about it for the last week with some digestion, which are basically like kind of like chronic issues, but they get exacerbated when stress arises and when you're living in a different country where things are different, I guess. um Although my thoughts initially are were like very boring thoughts because if something is like continuing for long term, some stressors are continuing long term, if you don't address it, things don't get better, by itself. Maybe you do something by mistake, but usually that's not the case. So, today, since I'm mentioning this, I'll talk about introducing awareness into health issues. Of course, doing like exercise, sleeping well, eating correctly for your specific type, and socializing, very important. Having some purpose, some goal, crucial. Um, and if you are experiencing some health concern, like how I train myself, cannot even say train myself, but it was a consequences of observing the our health system and how inefficient they are, especially around chronic issues. I mean, regarding certain operations and especially emergency department, I think it's works pretty well. They patch you up, you're good to go. But regarding chronic issues, they are not so good. And obviously, there are many reasons. One of them being an industry. So, you know, pharmaceutical companies, they make money based on you being sick. So I think that has a you know big cause for why so many people are sick. So I kind of like learned these things early on, and I was always into more like alternative methods. But a lot of time, alternative methods can also fuck you up if you don't do it properly. So you do have to know what you're doing, and it's a little bit of like it takes a lot of effort at the beginning, especially if you don't have the right teachers, or if you have to find knowledge and self-diagnose. It's not the easiest thing. So some diagnostic techniques are also more invasive. I don't think you need them, most of the cases. And by the way, maybe I should make disclaimer, I'm no like obviously not any health practitioner. This is just my opinion. And I'm reporting what I'm doing for myself. And basically, now that these issues have arisen, they take me back into these old patterns, when you're powerless. And I've seen like how my mind cannot even like think about, oh, what do I do? I forgot things that I worked in the past. I had to remember them. And luckily, sometimes I'll, by a little bit of luck, find something that works, that I'll remind myself, wow, that worked in the past. I completely forgot about it. And then I can, you know, recuperate and again have my mind working, And I if I would not be doing a lot of, health oriented stuff, I don't know why I did this, but health oriented stuff, because I deem meditation also, you know, greatly influence your health, emotional, mental, and then, body. That if I would not be doing these practices that I'm doing, probably things would be even worse. And even though, when you have body functions kind of pulling you, especially digestive issues, if somebody has, they pull you into your inner world, and you feel helpless, you don't know what to do. Usually people go to the doctor. Well, for me, this is not the case, so I have to find my own ways. And when your mind and emotions are not working well, it's very difficult. So Normally, what I do is I contact people that knowledge I trust, but mostly I tap into my knowledge and do my own research and try to find and connect things that make sense, and then kind of try them out and then see the response. That's kind of like my way. And obviously, the more awareness you have, the better, the easier I feel it is to go get the right information. And so I've seen that how when my meditation and breath exercises, I've seen in general, like I feel much better, healthier. But like you have a stomach bug, you have a stomach bug, or if there's connected with the older chronic issues, it's no fun. And if you don't go to the doctor, where they give you sometimes sh- short-term solutions, sometimes they cover the symptoms, sometimes it makes it worse. Yeah, you have to find it yourself. So I've been doing this the last, well, actually the last week, but especially the last day. And I'm looking forward to make some purchases, some decisions that will improve the situation. And regarding meditation challenge, I have been more focused now on the targeting the meditations more, if I can call it like that, into emotional health and acceptance. I've seen that for me personally, it's not difficult to go up there, connect to, like, you know higher power, if you will, but more like this grounding emotional stuff. And it's it was quite revealing sometimes, the realizations that you have in these focused meditative sessions. Mm, Also, I started to introduce more focusing meditative practice, especially with a headset. Um, by the way, I used bunch of headsets, and I'll leave the link in the description if you want to use them as well. I feel like they greatly enhance um on they enhance your experience. They make it faster, but it's not. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, it's just, people, they're always like, push of a button and you got everything. I don't see it like that. I see it as like it's a complementary. I always want to go to do my meditation without anything. I don't need anything. But I also like to use technologies to enhance things and to find different experience, sometimes to help myself with something. So I like combination of that. I'm actually a great fan of technology, but unfortunately it's misused a lot in this world. So I like when it's actually used properly. But again, with more awareness, you'll do that automatically. I feel if you know you're a meditator, you'll know also, or not, even if you're not meditator, if you just basically do some practice that calm down your mind and emotions and goes, God forbid, even further to realizing who you really are. It doesn't hurt. Uh, but to recap today, yeah, I wanted to say with the um reporting about the still doing meditation practice, even when, actually even more when things are not going well. If it's your health, for me, if your health affects me, affects everyone. And I'll do my best to, while I do these practices, that I also act on the decisions that come out of them. So that's, I'm going to be doing this today, and then try out things to see how things are. um the finances that I was mentioning before are kind of like on hold. But I'm sure, when the mood goes up, but before I was mentioning, when you take care of basic needs, nurture yourself, you automatically want to go and expand into different areas. So that's what we'll do. So much for today. Again, these days are not really like the best, I'm aware of, reporting, but just kind of like honest sharing. And a lot of you might find useful tips in these reportings. So have a good day. I'll try to do that for myself as well. And see you tomorrow. Take care.